Hey guys, if you like video games, I got a video game right here for you. Mirror Angel's Paradise comes out the 12th September. It's actually 11th of September for most people, but for me it's 12th of September because I live in Australia. If you're a fan of games like Enter the Gungeon, Monolith, other pixel games where you shoot towards the mouse cursor, you should check out my game. It's a fun game by me. I made the whole game. I'd very much appreciate the support. Mirror Angel's Paradise. Get it real quickly. Get it before it runs out of stock. Mirror Angel's Paradise. Alright, right here got a little design notepad. I've just been jotting some stuff down, thinking about what I want to make. JRPG is the running name of the game. You can probably figure that out with a little bit of thought what that might stand for. I won't go into detail with this. You can read this if you'd like. These are just my initial thoughts. The short of it is, I'm thinking I want to make a JRPG that uses the action time bar, much like the Final Fantasies 4 through 9, because I have some ideas of how I think I can really use that mechanic to its full potential and put a lot of action into the fights, make them a lot of fun. So I want to have a go about that. I won't go into the technical details of what I've been thinking right now. Those will flesh themselves out as I work on the project. Just know that old style JRPG, that's the starting point, and if I think of something particularly interesting that I want to try, then it's always up to change. I think what is important though right here, of just quantity over quality, that's very much going to be my biggest scoping tool, let's say. My design thought is for most things will be quantity over quality. First of all, it aligns much better to the skills that I've developed. I'm very much a amateur in all of the fields, so to make like some outstanding artwork or music will be extremely taxing on the amount of time I have. It doesn't really align to my interests in games anyway. I've always not cared so much for having a technically great game. I just want to make something really fun and really varied, something big to explore with a lot of options for customization and a lot of things to learn. I'll also just mention the video stuff I got down here. What I want to attempt to do is to record as much of the process as I can and figure out a way of how to upload most of what I do. I've settled on SJFS, stands for Saleable JRPG from scratch. There's implied seriousness with the term sellable, like the destination of this project is to make a game that's worth selling. It's not a project for the sake of the video series, for instance. So it has a lot of seriousness to the project and a lot of realness as well. Like this is a real attempt to actually, earn a living, let's say. JRPG, I'm putting that instead of game because I think JRPGs are implicitly longer than a lot of what a game could be. For instance, if I just had game, it could be mistaken as I'm making like a short puzzle game or some kind of roguelike or something, which are generally much shorter in development time, but I'm going for something really big here, so it should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun to see if I succeed or fail. And of course it's from scratch. The stuff I'm videoing here, it's the only stuff that I've done. Alright, I'm just going to show off some of the thinking I've already been doing. Here's my starting picture right here. A nice little shot from Dragon Quest III on the NES. Very appealing to me. Very old, you can tell by the resolution. Very box. Obviously, that's the first thing that we'd have to avoid using. We want to modernize our resolution for 16:9 displays. I've actually got this noted down somewhere. So 1920 by 1080, that's HD right there. If we halve it, we go here. We halve it again, we go 480 by 270. So this is 480 by 270. Oh, it's quite a bit. The view is quite a bit bigger, but only a little bit. I don't want to fill the whole screen out with the view. That's why you can see I've got all this black around the outside. I extended it by like 3 grid spaces on each side, I think, and maybe 1 on the bottom. So yeah, what I was trying to do here is to adapt it to a resolution that scales to 1080p. This does right here, it maintains the pixel fidelity. Obviously I don't just want to stretch the image out to fill. I want to keep the pixel art intact, but you can see it's not a great solution because we've got a lot of dead space now, more dead space than I could work with really. You can see my attempt at working with at the bottom. I've got these cute little frame things that I did up, 2 empty slots, kind of implying that you'll have a party of 5. I could not think of anything else to come up with, and I want to avoid having this much dead space if I can. Moving on, my next attempt, same resolution, 480 by 270. This does a better job at using the dead space, I think. All I did was I shifted the display to the side. It's kind of the Realm of the Mad God looking approach. A little bit RuneScapey as well, you know. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll put the frames on the side. I can have like maybe an item pouch down here, you know, and then at the bottom, a few lines of text, you know, current location and maybe an objective for what you're doing. And this looks okay, to be honest, but what worries me here is I foresee it being a bit of a pain and a bit off-putting having everything uncentered, especially if I transitioned into battle. I'd have to decide if I was going to maintain this side or if I was going to have the battle kind of where the game world is here already for consistency. Yeah, so I wasn't sold on that. So moving on. Boom, no black emptiness anymore. 384 by 216. So if we look at my helpful sheet, I just knocked it down one more. So for full HD display, we'll be multiplying the size by 5. Yeah, and this basically does away with it. I think the screen, I think I extended the sides by a 1, I believe. And you can see on the right hand side the trees are kind of cut off. This is because if we put the grid back on, you can see here that we're showing like a half tile here, and I believe the other side is showing a half tile as well. The reason for this is because this is the only way I could get the character to be horizontally centered without like adding some black bars, for instance. As for vertically, I believe the character is not centered. Let's check the height here. 96 pixels height. I'll take the selection area, I'll go under him, and you can see, haha, or you might be able to see, we've got half a grid at the bottom as well. So he's actually slightly higher than the middle of the screen, but I don't think that matters, especially since most of like any dialogue information or, you know, bits of UI stuff, you know, maybe there's a town name in the bottom corner or something, it still looks quite natural anyway. So it was much more important for me to eliminate the possibility of the character being not horizontally aligned. Oh, that's what I was looking for. You know, I could have like, because the view is so wide now, if I deem it too wide, maybe I can obstruct like some of the view on the side and put some other crap on the other side, kind of like floating panels. And I'm also very precious about how small the view is, because you need a small view to give the illusion of a big world. Otherwise you need to make very big empty maps, and then you also have to make the character move very fast as well. In a 100% size, that's that big. Woo! That's tiny. Look at that. Yeah, I'm going to move on to battle now. Battle is extremely rough. You can see in the background I've still got the same, I'm using the same art as I did. I like edited out by repeating some of the tiles, the big text box that was in the way, and I've like thrown up a little Final Fantasy scene here. You can see the 5 dudes lined up. It's kind of cool. They're like kind of holding hands here. I'm being bombed, dude. Yeah, you can see how much space it all uses up. I've separated the action time bars down here from this little heads up thing. Ooh, and then I'd have something like that. So for the command selection, yeah, I still need a lot more work to do here. Boom, and finally this is the last PSD in my folder. Taking a look at I was trying to get the little characters. I quite like the look of the characters, try and get them down to their essence, try and plan how my characters will look like. And then here I was messing with some text. I've got some higher resolution, larger size I mean, NES inspired text, and then I've got my own little efficiency text down here. And that's literally everything. I'm done. I've not started programming. I need to do more planning. Boom, check it out, dude. This is my folder structure. Oh, what do we have here? 2019. Let's check it out. Oh, look, it's our HJPG. Oh wait, where's the source folder? Huh? I've only got PSDs. Look, PSDs. No source. I'll tell you why there's no source, because I haven't created a source yet, because I haven't started. What I've just shown you is everything that I've done. So next episode I'll be doing something. Won't that be exciting? I'm excited. Are you excited?